Welcome to ECNTRADE Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. In the last 24 hours, the Australian dollar crushed the support level of 72.70 and posted a fresh intraday low of 72.44 before rebounding. Earlier today, the RBA Governor Phil Lowe spoke at the Australian Financial Review Business Summit. The RBA Governor initially said that a rise in the official cash rate this year is plausible and that the central bank may have to act decisively if supply shocks from Russia's invasion of Ukraine and other shortages start to lift inflationary expectations in Australia. Meanwhile, on Thursday, the US will release its CPI data for February, with expectations of again seeing a higher reading, with the forecast looking at 7.9 year-on-year reading, that is, versus the previous print in January of 7.5. In light of that, the market may actually stage another down test, but I feel that since the target of 72.70 has been reached, and also finding little follow-through from the break, could now see a short-term support slowly coming in around 72.25. Looking at the top side into the European session, may find resistance anywhere from 73.15 to 73.65, but overall still keeping a downward bias, but could see a little bit of profit taking towards 72.25. The euro, since the support level near enough been achieved at 107.50.85, there has been some demand over the last 48 hours. And in light of that, the market is poised for a further uptest towards 109.30, with a cap seen around 109.80 to around 110, the figure. In light of the pattern though, like previously with this sharp move from the oversold region, and we've seen that again, is that we could see another rejection and see another down test towards this bottom side of the range. But I'm not going to get too negative towards the bottom side, as we are overheating when it comes to the ADX, and we are still seeing respectable bounces as we get to the oversold region. Nevertheless though, the market seems to be in a locked in a parameters of 107.50.85 and the top side around 109.80 figure. Although they are wide, we can still expect to see this sharp whipsaw choppiness continue. The dollar yen is extending itself from 115.70 and could push up towards 116 figure 25 or around that region, close to that top side spike. Still, this is the last leg up, I feel, from the last 3 days of bullishness since the bounce of 114.70, but I feel that the market may actually stage a rejection and eventually turn back to the downside and then reassess from 114.70. Sterling still a little bit weak, but I'd be a little bit careful from the previous candle, which is somewhat like an inverted hammer or close to that, which means indecisiveness in terms of the market testing lower, and that is finding support around 130.60. If this pattern can continue, then the fact is we could see a small impulse to the upside anywhere from 131.60 to about 132.10 and reassess from there. That would see further support in sterling Kiwi since rebounding off the level around 190.20 figure 25, and therefore could look up towards this target at 194.20.50. Looking at the weekly chart, spot gold continues to shine after clearing the $2,000 handle, and for the first time in 19 months heading back towards that range around 2,070.80 area, which could see another rejection in light of the oversold pattern on the weeklies. And even if you look at monthlies, we're getting very much closer oversold, like previously, where we saw this clear rejection. Could see another downturn, although the bearish divergence didn't quite come in terms of the dailies. The market is still extremely overbought and therefore could see another downturn, with the support seen around 2,035 and then a base around 1,998 to 2,005, which could be on the cards, which is about a $50 drop. So this reassess from the 2,000 mark. And finishing up with oil, the whipsaw price action still struggles around that 125 top and could see a pullback to 114 and reassess from there. There is some divergence, so I am slightly negative into the European session. Well, that wraps it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, but please join me tomorrow morning for the start of the morning and see where New York closed.